Sorry about the lighting problems today. And sorry for being gone for so long, but I got this terrible, whatever it was. Boy, it still got it. So don't get too close to the screen here, you might catch it. It's rough. Anyway, another thing that's rough is when the people fight for a long time to get medical marijuana or regular marijuana legalized. And then the state comes in and writes a bunch of rules and basically makes it so that there's no possible way that the grassroots person who fought for this shit to be legalized for all these years is going to be able to get involved in the business or even grow their own at home, because fuck it, you should be able to. If you're saying marijuana or medical marijuana is legal, then you should allow home growing. All right? I'm not saying everybody should be able to pop up a fucking greenhouse full of weed or a whole warehouse full of weed, but you know what I'm saying? You can't tell people that they can't grow. It's absurd. Now, when you tell people they can grow if they pay a $100,000 fee, that's fucking even more absurd. We're looking at Arkansas. You may remember that they just passed some medical marijuana laws. And let's see. State Commission has decided that Arkansas residents hoping to grow medical marijuana will have to pay an annual fee of $100,000 to operate a cultivation facility. Now, I'm going to tell you right here and now that that must be a big facility, because in order for you to churn a profit, you would have on a $100,000 fee to operate. Normally, fees are only like a really small percentage of what a business can make in revenue a year. And I'm going to say that, you know, they're not talking about mom and pop growing a few plants or even a garage or a basement. This has to be something big, right? So the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Commission set the fee amount on January 3rd. The Arkansas Democrat Gazette reported. The commission also decided that people who apply must have a $1 million bond or assets worth $1 million and be able to show $500,000 in cash liquidity. What? So basically, you're not only pricing the average Joe out of the game, but you're also pricing the average successful business person out of the game. Add on top of that banks are not doing business with marijuana businesses or people, entrepreneurs. You got to be pretty freaking rich to be able to open one of these businesses. The requirements are, in addition to a $15,000 application fee the commission approved last week. Now, I don't remember if this was the $15,000 fee that I read about a month ago that they were talking about, they were hashing out. And yeah, there's no refund on these. Say what? So I guess you got to be a real rich, risk-taking, just crazy person to even try to get one of these licenses, let alone if you do get one, hey, they're cough up $100,000 and prove that you have $500,000 on hand, $1 million in assets. The commission was created by the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Amendment passed by voters in November. The panel must create rules by June to govern how Arkansas residents can apply for cultivation and dispensary licenses. Much like Florida, they have till June to get their shit together. What's going to happen if they don't get their shit together by June? I know in Florida you can sue them because they didn't have their shit together and you want to get going or whatever, or patients want their meds. Two commissioners, Dr. Carlos Roman and Travis Story, noted that the potential growers would not be able to secure bank loans if they run out of cash because medical marijuana is still illegal under federal law. So what they're trying to tell you there is if you ain't filthy rich, don't throw every last dime that you own at this endeavor, because guess what? The banks ain't going to be there to catch you when you fall. The banks aren't allowed to be there to catch you when you fall. And it sounds like these guys are nudging the banks, telling them, hey, don't catch anybody when they're falling over there. Roman, who proposed the $15,000 licensing fee, argued that the fees for would-be growers should be kept as low as possible to receive the maximum number of applications. And that's what we did in Michigan, you dipshits. At first in Michigan, there was like 50,000 people that got their licenses to grow. The number is kind of weaned down to people that are really just serious about it. And but the thing is the state made a fuckload off those fees from people that didn't succeed at it. You know, almost half the people that originally were caregivers in Michigan are not caregivers anymore, but they paid the fees originally, and Michigan's still sitting on a big mountain of money from all these fees. So I don't know. I think the more you charge, the less you're gonna have. 100,000 is a drop in the bucket compared to Michigan's fees. You know, like it's dumb. What a dumb way to open a program up. You're not gonna have any applicants because we're talking about $100,000 annual fee. No, that's stupid. So Roman's $15,000 fee would have made a lot more sense, but I'm still saying that that's stupid. You should just charge for a license. Let people do it. You know, charge them taxes on the other end. They're trying to squeeze so much money out of medical marijuana. And I mean, give me a fucking break. It's medicine, man. They're doing this everywhere where medical marijuana is a thing, trying to get some kind of money out of it, except for in the states where recreational marijuana is a thing. Like medical marijuana in California, where they have a tax on it, the tax is going to be eliminated because of recreational. And then in Colorado, it never was a thing. Oregon, I think the same thing. I'm not positive. But yeah, like when you're talking about states that have medical marijuana, there's no really reason, or I said recreational, there's no reason to tax medical marijuana. But there's no reason to tax medicine anyway, anywhere, ever, I don't think. And it's probably against the Constitution in some of these states. Might want to look into that. It's an expensive endeavor, Roman says. So it's not something that someone could just go in with $10,000 and start a cultivation facility. The cost is very high. So we want to respect the price point on it, but I'm just trying to fight at every level to make it accessible to as many people, to make it open to as many Arkansans as possible. Well, then why don't you fight this stupid large fee? Story, who proposed a $185,000 licensing fee, here's the other end of this spectrum here, said the fee is important to fund the commission and enforcement. You guys don't make enough money with all the other corrupt bullshit you do. And of course, enforcement means, hey, we need to give the police a something. They're like, dude, you're taking away half of our business more than half of our business by getting rid of, our ability to crack skulls on marijuana. Plus, we have to enforce the law. You know, if you didn't pay your $100,000 fee and you're growing a little fucking 10-plant grow in your garage, we're coming to get you. All right, the State Finance Department estimated government oversight of medical marijuana in Arkansas will cost between $4 and $6 million a year. Bullshit. Just stop it then. Why you got to fucking worry about it? The oversight of the medical marijuana, you don't need the oversight. We can self-regulate. We can self-see ourselves. Nothing crazy is going to happen. No one's ever died from marijuana. And as far as medicine goes, it actually works. People are actually reporting, yeah, the pain is definitely going away. It's not even coming back. I'm not addicted to this shit. I don't have to wake up. I don't wake up thinking, oh, I'm not in pain today, but I'm going to go ahead and fucking smash this whole bottle of pills because I just need to do that. Marijuana don't do that to you. Marijuana gets you out of that world. Medical marijuana has made it possible for millions of people to quit their prescriptions for pain meds alone. Millions of people. I mean, you probably know, this is such a big thing right now that you probably know 4 or 5 people that don't take orange bottles anymore because of medical marijuana, and you don't even know it. All right. Well, whatever, Arkansas. You know, this sounds like, you know, like I said earlier, you're not just aiming this higher than even like everyday mom and pops. You're aiming it over the heads and financial abilities of rich people. There's people out there that have lots of money that look at these fees and are like, damn, you know. I mean, and then you look at the law itself, and it's like it's pretty restrictive. I don't know if you're going to be allowed to smoke over there in Arkansas. I remember their law looked a little bit familiar. Like they have these facilities and all this other stuff. It looks kind of like the new marijuana laws in Michigan that were just passed. But what I don't see is how you're going to show an entrepreneur the law and then these fees and say, hey, this is going to be a great profitable business for you. It's not, especially if it's not monopolized. So, unless you're Philip Morris or a board of hedge funders sitting around a table somewhere, nobody's gonna want to do this. This is just like self-inflicted gunshot wound to the medical marijuana program in Arkansas. But good luck with that.